So Call of Duty 2021 was confirmed a little while back. Because no one saw that coming. You see, I remember a time when a new Call of Duty game being confirmed for the upcoming year was exciting and worth being hyped for. It's been a while since those days were a thing. And with how the current state of the COD franchise is and where it's been as of late, it's honestly very hard to get excited for COD 2021, especially when the rumors of Sledgehammer Games are slowly picking up steam. With them being the game developers instead of Infinity Ward, because, apparently, this wasn't confirmed, but it's pretty safe to say that that this is probably a little true, because when rumors persist enough, usually, they end up being true to some extent. If they keep going without stopping, there's a very good chance that there is some reality to them. And the reality and truth seems that Sledgehammer's going to be the ones making this game. The last time Sledgehammer made a COD game was in 2017 with COD World War II, which was not very well received from what I recall. Same with the previous game, Advanced Warfare, which personally I thought the game was a little underrated when it came to the multiplayer. Everything else about it sucked, but the multiplayer, far from perfect, but I always thought it was a little underrated. But clearly most people were not into it, especially with how heavy the skill-based matchmaking was in that game. I think that was the first game in the series to really have that become a topic of debate in terms of how the game's affected by it. I'm pretty sure. I think there was some of that with Black Ops 2. Maybe a little bit in the first few weeks of launch, but that was so long ago, I can hardly remember. I don't remember much talk about it, but I think there was a little bit in the community. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, Sledgehammer, they're making another COD game. It seems that this is going to be the case. And for multiple different factors, it's just being excited for this game, it's so hard. Like I said, at one point, believe it or not, COD was worth being excited for. Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War definitely brought back those feelings of excitement. But, man, with the overall turnout of things, attempting to be excited, it's like trying to find a needle in a fucking haystack. And on top of that, with how Sledgehammer's reputation has been since they started becoming a game developer within the COD franchise, it makes it even harder. And the other factors are just the fact that, man, well, the franchise goes on as long as COD has. Yes, I am bringing up COD needing to stop being annual for the 100,000th time in a video. I don't care. I'm gonna keep bringing this up till it finally happens. Leave me alone. Yeah, when COD has been around for as long as it has, and it's been annual for as long as it has been, it's just, the fatigue sets in very quickly. And it's like, what the hell can we even expect from this game? Apparently, when it comes to Black Ops Cold War, this was originally Sledgehammer's game. And then Raven Software had to step in because Sledgehammer was losing all their developers. And then because both studios had completely different visions, it led to the game's development being a total mess, which led to Treyarch having to be the ones to step in, and by that I mean Activision forcing them to get the game out by the end of 2020. Apparently they've been working on this game, Sledgehammer's been working on this game since, summer of 2019, if rumors are true. In that case, when did they start finding the time to do that? Was it just a thing in the background they were doing? And then from there, it's slowly become a project that they're focused fully on? Because I think that there's actually been an increase in developers in their studio as of late, which, that's cool. But, man, the fact that these games have such messy development cycles on top of being annual. Yes, I get it with shareholders and fiscal years and getting it out by the end of the year. Activision feels the need to do that because of greed and all that. I get it. I get their whole business strategy. Yes, it makes the money. For at least right now still. Anything can happen and anything can change. But for at least right now, it seems to still be working, which is why they keep doing it. I get it. But the way they go about it, and the fact that it's even a thing with annual releases, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy at all. It's horrible for all of these games and their life cycles. It's bad. See, it's bad for everyone. Again, it's bad for the game's life cycle because it's such a fucking mess, and it leads to the game not having a proper launch. It leads to all sorts of launch issues, and on top of that, when you factor all like different things such as like free DLC and the way they're going about that with the series now, with locking off content until the new seasons are released, like that on top of just how messy the game development cycles are with crunch culture and all that. Like, no doubt, all these studios have it to an extent. I have no doubts about that whatsoever. I mean, honestly, I think like 90% of game studios, at least in the AAA sphere, have crunch culture to some extent. Like, yes, you could make the argument of, well, you don't like it, don't buy it, but... And yes, that is a good argument, but it's like, if you applied that to just any game, that would probably be 90% of games you aren't buying. Which, you know what? Maybe that is a good thing. Maybe that is a good thing. If people were to not buy 90% of these games. Maybe that is a good thing for the industry. Maybe we need a crash like that. But, even though that would be shitty to see, but, you know, I feel like a game crash one day will happen again. History tends to repeat itself. I mean, it happened with the economy, so I could see it happening with gaming again. But, yeah, just... It's just bad. It's just really fucking bad. And it just needs to just stop with the annual releases. It just needs to calm down. And just going back to how it just badly affects everything with the current state of the series and how it's really always been. I think it's always been like this to an extent, in hindsight. It also affects the community, for example. Which, granted, the COD community is a toxic fucking wasteland. Don't get me wrong. I know this community is completely fucked up. Believe me, I agree with that. It's fucked up. The new game comes out, it's bad. The last one was good. And then the new one after that comes out, and the one everyone hated on, that's a good game now. And the new one is garbage. I get it. But something to keep in mind that is understandable from the community is that every time a new game comes out, the community is expected to jump over to that new entry. Like, I don't blame people for wanting to stay with Modern Warfare. Why would they want to upgrade to Cold War? Or upgrade, like, however you put it. You know, I'm not going to even use that word. Activision doesn't deserve the word upgrade unless it involves pack-a-punching and zombies. They don't deserve the use of the word upgrade. Because their shit is the farthest fucking thing from an upgrade. But, just the fact that people have to move over to the newest game every single year, and the way that the community's just been treated like trash from the very start with how like, again, the annual releases and how things have been done with Warzone and not fixing those problems. It's just, it hasn't been fair to anyone who's just a consumer of the product. It's also not fair to the game developers because they're always, honestly, they're probably in the worst position out of everyone. Because not only are they the ones having to slave away with all the crunch, they're the ones that have to receive the most amount of blowback for the decisions that, in most cases, is Activision's doing most likely. Sure, the developers themselves no doubt make decisions, but all the business stuff, that's the publishers and all that, you know? Like David Vonderhaar himself said that he's not the one making all these business choices, that's up to the higher-ups, Activision, their bosses, since Treyarch and all these studios are Activision employees. So, in a lot of cases, it's their fault. Activision's greed, them having their greediness, and how the series is, it's their fault. So, yeah, it just affects everyone negatively. Except for Activision, fuck them, they don't deserve any sympathy. But everyone else, yeah, they're all negatively affected in some way. And it's just, let's be real here, who's asking for COD 2021? Who's excited for this game? Does anyone at all have excitement for this game? Again, everyone was fine staying with Modern Warfare 2019. I've said this before, it's nowhere near my favorite in the series, but clearly it has that appeal for some reason. Not for reasons I agree with, or why I enjoy Call of Duty, but clearly a lot of people enjoy it for those reasons. And it definitely has its moments of fun when the maps you're playing on aren't total trash, which is most maps, but that's been beaten to death at this point. And I do have things to say about COD's map design, which I will in a future video, but man, who is excited for this game? Really. People were fine with staying on COD 2019, and you know what? COD Black Ops Cold War, fine. But then from there, you've got Cold War and Modern Warfare as the newest entries in the series alongside Warzone, which you could update for years with the Infinity Ward side of things and the Treyarch side of things. Like, what the hell is Sledgehammer's thing gonna be with Warzone and how it ties into the Call of Duty cinematic universe? You know, the CCU. How's it gonna tie into this? Like, like, there's also rumors that it's gonna be futuristic, which, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's been a while since COD's been futuristic. Who knows? Obviously none of this has been confirmed, which I'm saying when it comes to rumors. Take it all with a grain of salt until it's officially confirmed. But, yeah, it's like, who's asking for this game? Delay this shit to 2022, please. And I've already said this 1,000 times as well. Just release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered or something in the place of a new game. Which, granted, they would find a way to fuck it up anyways. So, I guess it doesn't matter either way. The series is just, yeah. It's at this point. Well, I think I said everything that there was to be said for this rant. Man, I know I've just been repeating myself. It feels like so many times with these recent COD and Activision videos. I know, guys, I get it. For those who are possibly annoyed by the spamming of this sort of thing, I get it. I get it, but there's just a lot I want to say. So, that's why I say it in videos. Because instead of complaining about it in person where no one cares, why not just complain about it in a video instead? Where it actually matters, because I can actually make something out of it aside from just talking. I get to make videos out of it, and it's great! So, yeah. There you go. That's the video. That's the rant. Whatever you want to call it. Videos are videos. YouTube is YouTube. And that's just what it is. So, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like. Or if you hated it, dislike it. Comment, subscribe for future content coming soon, as well as turn on the notification bell and set it to all notifications. This time I'm using all 5 fingers, not just the 4 like I always do. This time the whole hand's being used. Well, in more ways than one. I have many uses for it, but that's one of them. And, yeah, with that being said, I'll see you all next time. But until then, I'm out. Later.